Hello guys, how you all doing? I'm good myself. Here we're just gonna be I just want to show you how to trade with. Remember, I always tell you to, sort of wait for confirmation. So, and I tell you that maybe look for pin bars or engulfing patterns. So you're basically looking for any signs of price reversal, reversal patterns, or if I can call it that. So I'll show you what exactly I'm referring to when I always tell you about that. So in this case, you can see that this on this time frame, this thing is going sort of up like that, right? So let's say I'm not analyzing, I'm just showing you how to trade this trade with confirmation. So make sure that you stick around. And for those ones who are interested in the mentorship, so I finally got to launch it, and I took the first group, and we are starting on Monday. So I took, I think, 7 or 8 guys, and we're starting on Monday. So for those ones of you who are interested in this style of trading, you can always contact me, and then we can organize. Then you'll join in the first group, in the second group. After this first group is done with the program and they are all sort of graduated, if I can put it like that, then I'll take a second group, right? So let's say you do your analysis. Remember, it's very important for you to check more than one time frame. So let's say you have decided to go with H4 and H1, right, as your time frames. Remember, I said you need a minimum of at least 2. So when you're trading, you can't just say I'm trading H4, I'm going to do my analysis on H4, and I'm going to execute on H4. You're going to miss out on some key information. You need to have at least 2. So if you want to execute on H4, at least have one time frame higher than that. If you are going to execute on H1, at least have one time frame higher than that. So in this case, you are trading H4 and H1. So I'm going to show you how you can wait for confirmation to execute. So basically, when you're trading H4 and H1, it means your H4, you're looking for direction, and then here, that's where you take trades. So basically, when you're taking trades, you must make sure that they are in line with your higher time frame, which is your H4 in this case, right? So I want to give you an example. So like we're saying here, we can see that this is moving up, right? And then all you have to do is to you don't just, because it's going up, it doesn't mean I should just go and buy. You need to identify key areas or interesting areas where you can be able to wait for the price to pull back there, so that you join on a new wave. Remember, when the price is moving, it doesn't move like this, right? Usually it does this. So what is important is that you don't have to predict this. You don't have to predict this. All you have to do is to focus on these ones. Focus on these ones, because of what you have decided that it is going up. So these ones, you shouldn't focus on this one, because the moment you're a trader and you're trying to predict the pullbacks, that's where you're going to lose. Rather wait for a pullback to happen, and then you can predict where it's going to end, so that you can start on a new wave, which is the impulse moves. So that's what you should be focusing on, right? So in this case, there we can see that it's going up, right? And then with it going up, all you have to do, let's say I wanna analyze when it was going up here, and you're trying to catch the next wave, right? Remember, I showed you how to identify areas of support and areas of resistance, that you can find it at the swings or in the middle of the trend. I showed you in one of the videos where I was talking about the market structure. So if you haven't watched that video, make sure that you refer back to it. And then you can see the price went up there, and then came back, and then went up there, right? When it did that, it means the H4 trend line was somewhere here. The H4 trend line was somewhere there, right? And with the H4 trend line being there, where was the nearest area of support? Remember, we are trying to buy from this because of what everything is pointing up. So we then decided that the price is now coming back towards the trend line, the bullish trend line, and it is still holding, right? Meaning we can still buy because it is not yet broken. So all we have to do is to identify an interesting area where we are going to execute the trades. So, and then we identify this as our nearest area of support, right? We are trying to buy from that, but remember, you chose to go with H4 and H1, so you can't trade the full H4 level. You're going to look for reason to buy here, but you're trading in the direction of your H4. That's how using multiple time frames works. So then you are saying, okay, now the price is pulled back. Now let me check how was H1 when the price came back here. So with H1, this was the area of support. But maybe if you are strong enough like myself, you would go with what? Remember, I like limit orders. Most of the time I use limit orders, but there are those people who are still skeptical. They would rather wait for confirmation so that they can go with a buy stop, or to wait for the price to show them that it's going to go up. Remember, when the price is doing this and all you are seeing is very scary, all you are seeing is that the price is coming back. It's coming back very strongly. It's coming back, like it's coming back. Let me just go back so that you can see what I'm talking about. When the price was still like this, and you can see it's coming back, people are scared to buy because of what? It's coming down. But yes, it's understandable, but all you have to do is to look for a nice area of what? Of support around that H4 area of support and H4 bullish trend line. Then you just execute with the buy limit, and then you just watch and see how it's gonna play out. Because remember, we don't predict a breakout of levels and breakout of a break of what? Of trend lines. We just gonna continue buying until the bullish trend line is broken. That's when we stop buying. So in this case, it's coming down, and then you decide to. Some will go with the buy limit. Some they will say, I'm waiting for it to show me that it is indeed the reversing. And then look what it does. And then it goes up. Remember, it goes up. And if you can just zoom in here, you will see that the price came back, and then this was a pause, and then it came back, and then pull up, and then came back, right? You agree with me? When it did the pullback and coming down, it formed a lower low, which means you could have put your bearish trend line maybe like this. Then you're saying that this was the nearest area of resistance, right? But because the area of resistance is found on H1 and H4, we have hit the support, we are going to lean towards the bigger time frame. So we can't try and sell from the H1 area of resistance to try and fight that H4 area of support. That's not how you should do things. Always lean towards the higher time frame. So it means now we hit the H4 support, and then you're trying to buy. But in this case, because you're executing from H1, remember you're trading H4 and H1. H4 for direction, H1 for taken trades. But maybe you were waiting for a pin bar there so that you can be a confirmation to say, I got a bullish pin bar, then I can go with a buy stop, or I can buy immediately after the pin bar is closed. But in this case, you didn't get any of that. The price just went up without you. But it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Why? Because all you have to say is that, oh, the price now broke the bearish trend line, right? And it also broke the area of resistance, which means this area of support here, at the bottom is what? Is very strong because it broke the previous trend line and also the area of resistance, which means if I want to join the new movement, I have to wait for the price to pull back to this level. Now look what the price did. This was the level that we're talking about. So after breaking all of those structures, it came back, and then you can go with the buy limit as usual, or you can wait for another confirmation, of which sometimes when you're waiting for too many confirmation, you end up losing the trades. But sometimes you wait for confirmation, you don't get it, the level gets broken, you don't lose anything. The person that entered with the buy limit loses the trade, which means there is no like a perfect style of trading. You can go with the limit orders and lose trades, and then the person that didn't go with the limit order didn't enter, meaning they didn't lose anything. But at the end of the day, you just have to pick the one that works for you. You will take losses here and there, but you just need to make sure that you will take wins more than the losses. So in this case, you did get you, after executing the guy with the buy limit, it gave those ones who are waiting for confirmation like a pin bar, and then you can see everyone got a chance to ride the wave, and from there it just took off and never looked back. So I just wanted to show you the style of how to wait for confirmation. So every time when I tell you that the price, we are trying to look for reasons to go long here, but wait for confirmation. This is what I mean. So if to go long at that higher time frame area, you just have to wait. Maybe you get a engulfing or a pin bar or any reversal from that level, then you know that when you're going down to a smaller time frame in the sequence, at least you know that the higher time frame is agreeing with what I'm trying to do, so that you increase your chances, because it doesn't help in you trying to go long whereas the higher time frame is pointing down, 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 you see. So you must always make sure that what you're doing agrees with the bigger structure. So that's basically how you trade with what? With waiting for confirmation, waiting for confirmation. So we had that, and then you're going to execute. So I hope this makes sense. I hope this makes sense. So you just have to pick the style that works for you. Either you're going to be the person that waits for confirmation, or you're going to be the one that identify the level and just put the buy limit, or you're going to be the one that waits for a pin bar to form and then they don't put the buy stop, they rather go immediately the pin bar closes. Or you can try and mix. So usually now I don't always go with the buy limit. It all depends on the setup. So if everything is pointing up, I'll just go and place the buy limit. But if it's pointing up but there's something along the time frames that might work against us, I would rather wait for the price to touch that level that I wanted to buy, and I don't go in with the buy limit. I wait and see how it reacts there, and then based on that I can decide if it's something that I should just buy it immediately, or put a buy stop, or put a buy limit. So for me, I use all of them, but it all depends on the setup. So but when you're still starting, I would suggest that you pick one and you just stick to that one. Then you just monitor the progress, and if you feel like it's not, you are missing a lot of trades that need a buy limit, then you can just switch to buy limit and monitor the buy limit orders and see how it compares to the first ones. So maybe you're taking them with a buy stop. Then from there you can make a decision to say, therefore, because this one works more than this one, I decide to go with that one. But over time, as you're gaining the screen time, practicing, gaining the experience of just watching the markets, the chart playing out, you'll be able to apply both of them, but not on the same chart, but you can trade with both of them depending on the setup. So sometimes someone can show you how they do things, but it will take you a while for you to digest everything and to get used to their strategy, and you'll be able to build on that as you are growing. As you are gaining more experience, you can even discover new things and just add on top of that, or to modify it a bit, and then that will be your new thing, you see. But at the end of the day, you just need to pick what works for you and stick with that. So I'm gonna end it like that, guys, and then I'll see you on the next one. And for those guys that joined, don't worry, guys, it's just 2 days left, and then Monday we're going to kickstart with our first session, and then I'll see you that side. And then for everyone else that hasn't joined, it's either you're gonna join in the next group, or you'll just continue waiting for uploads here. But now that I got people that I'll be mentoring, I might not continue posting a lot of videos here, because I need to give those guys full attention. But I'll try my best to make sure that I don't go like a week without giving you something, just so that at least if you want to join, at least you'll have something to say, refer back to, and say, oh, based on this, I think I like this style of trading, I should just pay so that I learn more, this approach. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Sharp.